Hi, I'm Wild Bob, and welcome to another edition of Fish Talk. I'm here with my good friend Willie D. Welcome, Willie D. It's good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, first I'd just like to ask, where you come from? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, Wild Bob, I come from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and around there it's great fishing. I grew up fishing with my family. My dad always took me out. My house is actually right next to a huge, about 3-acre pond where my brothers and I would always go out and fish, catch some huge bass, catfish, crappie. I'm a big-time catch and release guy. I don't really like to catch and keep the fish. I like to release and, save the environment, all that kind of stuff. So
That's interesting. It seems like a lot of people these days get their interest in fishing from their father. I remember when I was a young man, my daddy, he gave me a fishing pole and a pack of cigarettes, and he said, go out there and catch me a fish. And I went down to the Mississippi River, and it took me a week before I caught one. I had to figure it out all myself, and I finally did. I caught my first fish, and I went back and I gave my Peppy his fish, and he was very proud of me. And ever since then, I've been a true fisherman.
Well, Bob, you're missing one thing from that equation there. You're missing a 30-pack of beer. That's all. It's the best thing about fishing, just putting your line in the water, drinking a cold one, and just relaxing.
That's peace of mind right there, sir.
Exactly.
All right, well, I don't know if the viewers at home remember this, but me and Willie D had a fishing contest a few weeks back, hosted by Bass Pro Shop. This deal's in the bag.
Hopefully I have some better luck over here in this spot. Haven't gotten any bites yet today. Hopefully my competition's not ahead of me.
This f***ing line. And well, we went out. We didn't have too much luck. What were we doing wrong out there?
Well, for one, the pond that you guys were fishing at was just a stock pond. It wasn't a wild pond. And really, didn't look like there was too much promise in that pond. You didn't have a lot of structure where you could fish around. There's just too much open water. And I don't think you guys really had any kind of, I don't know, I don't think there's any fish in that pond. It looked like you guys were using the right lures and the right stuff. It's just no bite.
Well, we got a lot of seaweed, that was for damn sure.
Yeah, there was too much algae in that pond. It just wasn't well kept, and it was just not a good pond to fish in.
I don't know if you knew this, but you can actually cook and eat that seaweed and get the nutrients out of it. It's not as good as fish, but
yeah.
if you need to live off of something, it'd be seaweed.
Hey, what's up?
All right, well, do you have any like a fishing story that you'd like to share with us today?
Well, I have many fishing stories, but I actually have one that just came up not too long ago. I went fishing off the intercoastal of Fort Lauderdale, and I went marine fishing and got hooked into a huge 90-pound Warsaw grouper, and it was probably the biggest fight of my life. I've never encountered anything like it. I had to get strapped into a seat. I had to put the fishing rod into a hole in like a little vest thing, and just that sucker fought me for about hour and a half, 2 hours almost. It was a massive fish. It was huge.
Did you give it a name?
I didn't give it a name, but we were fishing in about 200 feet of water, and when that sucker came up, its swim bladder was completely out of its mouth. And I mean, we had to kill the fish. We couldn't revive it or anything like that, so we ended up eating the fish. So it was pretty good. Actually, we filleted it and then cut those fillets in half. It was a huge fish, 90 pounds. So basically, we had some fillets and nuggets, and we blackened it on the grill. It was pretty good with some butter and some lemon. It was pretty delicious.
You're making me sure a damn hungry fella right now, sir.
Yeah.
Where was this at?
This was right off the intercoastal in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So.
Is that a place you like to go often?
Oh yes, I love going down there. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Miami Hurricanes. Go down there, watch some football games, go fishing. It's probably one of my favorite places to go.
Would you say, is there if you could go one place in the whole world to go fishing, and what kind of fish would you go after?
I would probably go to the Sea of Cortez off of Mexico and go fishing. It's probably some of the best fishing you can get. And the fish I would go for would be a blue marlin, probably. Probably a big 2,000-pound blue marlin. I don't think anyone can complain about that.
No, sir. Are you familiar with the fish, the Dorado?
The Dorado? Yes, I am. The mahi-mahi?
Those things are beasts in itself.
Oh, man. Good cooking, too.
Oh, sure.
Man. Great.
That's a whole nother show, though. We'll
Oh,
save
yes.
that for next time. Well, when we did that show, you actually won the contest with the seaweed, and you got the grant for your own restaurant. And I'd like to hear what kind of stuff do you have planned for your restaurant?
Oh, well, we have fresh fish flown in daily from all parts of the world. Usually we have trout, we have Alaskan salmon flown in, we have the mahi-mahi, catfish of 3 different types. We have flathead, blue, and channel catfish. And one of my favorite recipes probably is just get some trout, get a fillet of trout, put some lemon and some butter on it, and that's all you need, basically. It's really good.
Do you have the name figured out yet?
The name is called Willie D Seaweed, and actually we have a sushi chef too, and he's the real deal. Comes from Japan.
See, that's how you know it's legit. They eat the craziest stuff over there, but it's all delicious.
Have you ever heard of the fugu?
I've not.
It's a very poisonous puffer fish, which if you prepare it wrong, you could die. So the Japanese chef that I hired actually knows how to prepare fugu, and it costs about $500 a plate. So it's a very, very, very expensive dish, but I'd recommend it.
Wow. Maybe we can get some on the show after, some flown in straight from Japan.
Oh yes.
I'll call. I got the phone on the off the hook over here, talking to Nagasaki.
All right.
All right,
That sounds good.
Well, the name Willie D. It's kind of an interesting name. Where did the origins behind that come from?
Well, the origins, this name just kind of stuck to me a couple years ago. I actually got into the rap game not too long ago, and my friends, they always call me Willie D for some reason. I don't know why they did, but it stuck. It's a good name to have when you're rapping because it's easy to rhyme with. So.
Were you in like
Pretty
the
good.
underground, like in the 8 Mile with Eminem? Were you like the Eminem character?
No, I didn't really make it that far. It was kind of just like a messing around thing. But you know, we came out with some pretty hard tracks, and I'm pretty much locally famous, so it's pretty nice.
So, do you have like a MySpace with all your tracks? Could you bust out the MySpace for the folks at home?
Actually, I kind of keep my stuff underground. It's a little too much cussing.
Not family appropriate?
No, not family appropriate at all. A little explicit. So
I see.
Kind of keep it away from the virgin ears.
That's good.
Yeah.
See, there's not enough people like that right now. Yeah. People just have no respect for the kids anymore.
None at all. None at
You
all.
got Kate Perry on Sesame Street showing her boobies.
Yeah.
This is all just madness.
I was very surprised when I saw that. Kate Perry needs to grow up and.
This is a message
Yeah.
to Kate Perry: put away the cleavage.
Yeah, put that away.
Not on the television for the kids.
I mean, I like to see it.
Save
but-
it for Saturday Night Live,
Exactly.
where I'm watching. Not my 5-year-old. We only have a few minutes left, and I was just interested if you've ever heard of the Mississippi catfish legend.
Actually, I have not.
Well, let me enlighten you. It was actually my daddy, the wilderness man, lived down there. He lived in the wild. He was the wilderness man, and he bred with this catfish, which was then able to walk on land, and he went on a killing spree across Mississippi.
Kind of like a wild merman.
Yes.
Little catfish merman.
Absolutely.
Man, that's kind of crazy. I never heard about that. I thought that only happened in Arkansas.
No, he didn't. He never made it that far. There was a couple of cops that actually put an end to his reign of terror.
Put a hollow point in its dome.
More than that. All right, well, we're just about out of time. Is there anything you'd like to say before we ship off?
Nah, just catch and release, unless you're really hungry.
All righty, well, this is my guest, Willie D. I'm Wild Bob, and this has been another edition of Fish Talk. Thank you very much. Are we done here? Cut.